When 40-year-old Chris Paul announced his retirement this season, an entire era of 2005 draft players finally exited the NBA stage. Among the remaining legends, only the 2003 generation of LeBron superstars still lingers. LeBron James. As the league's living fossil, LeBron is entering his 23rd NBA season. From an innocent young boy in a white jersey to the superstar draped in purple and gold today, the 41-year-old James continues to write his own legend. But the beginning of this journey was far rougher and far more shocking than most could imagine. Let's rewind to 1984. From the moment LeBron James was born, he never saw his biological father. His mother, Gloria, was only 16 at the time. Facing such a devastating start, Gloria didn't give up. She chose to shoulder the burden of raising LeBron alone. To keep food on the table, she worked multiple odd jobs. 2 years later, on Christmas, little LeBron received his very first gift, a basketball set. Life seemed to finally show a glimmer of hope, but fate wasn't done testing him. 3 years later, at the age of 42, his grandmother suddenly passed away from a heart attack. Gloria couldn't pay the rent and had to move with LeBron from place to place. Penniless, they often stayed in rundown neighborhoods where gunshots and drug activity were common, and the wailing of police sirens kept young LeBron awake at night. For him, the simplest hope each day was to wake up and see his mother. In just 3 years, LeBron had moved homes more than a dozen times. Finally, when he was 11, mother and son found a place to call home. Around this time, LeBron's extraordinary physical gifts began to emerge. In 4th grade, he joined a youth football team called the Easter Dragons. His speed and strength outmatched everyone his age. His athleticism quickly caught the eye of coach Frank Walker. After observing him closely, Walker realized LeBron excelled even more in basketball and began designing a specialized training program for him. But resources were limited. LeBron had never faced high-level competition. He practiced mainly on community courts, refining his skills in pickup games. One day, he met a kid named Drew on the court. Impressed by LeBron's talent, Drew introduced him to his father, Coach Drew, who ran a middle school team and was forming a traveling squad. LeBron immediately joined the grassroots team. Coach Drew also recruited 2 other players, Sean Cotton and Willie McGee. Together, they formed the Northeast Ohio Shooters, traveling from city to city for tournaments. No one expected much from this scrappy team, but the kids had an almost instinctive chemistry. They dominated their opponents, winning consistently across Ohio. Along the way, LeBron, who had grown up with few friends, experienced the joy of his first true friendships. As the team thrived, Coach Drew set his sights on a bigger stage, the AAU circuit. For these small-town kids, funding became the biggest challenge. To raise money for tournaments, LeBron and his teammates even took to running a barbecue stand. In a small town, a skinny kid dared to dream of making it to the AAU finals. Previously, we saw young LeBron join old Drew's Northeast Ohio shooter team, officially kicking off his basketball journey. The team had already become a local powerhouse, but Drew had a bigger dream, a national tournament. To raise the funds, LeBron and the crew took on every odd job they could, grilling, selling tape, whatever it took. After relentless effort, they finally scraped together enough money for the AAU League. Drew loaded up his beat-up van and drove south to Florida. But when they arrived, the scene was jaw-dropping. The arena was packed with talented kids from all over. New York, California, Florida, marching in with banners like it was the Olympics. In comparison, LeBron's team looked like a purely grassroots squad, with no elite aura at all. Yet LeBron wasn't intimidated. He saw this as the perfect chance to prove himself. The first game tipped off, and with LeBron's natural athleticism and years of team chemistry, the team breezed through the opening round. LeBron quickly adapted to the court, putting on show after show with flying dunks. But after every win, people would ask Drew, "How did you even pull this off?" They couldn't believe this scrappy team was still standing. Game by game, LeBron led the team to unstoppable victories, all the way to the AAU finals. Their opponents? A South California all-star squad. Each player could fly and dunk, and one had even been featured on a youth sports magazine cover. Before a single point was scored, the all-stars taunted them. A country kid in the finals? Really? LeBron took it all in stride, vowing to win. But the first half told a different story. The season all-stars quickly found their rhythm, raining threes and opening a 15-point lead. Down by double digits, Drew called a timeout. In the second half, LeBron sparked the comeback. With 4 seconds left, the deficit was down to 2, and LeBron had the final shot. He got the ball and immediately faced a double team. With no other option, he launched an extreme, deep 3, but it clanged off the rim. The game ended with the Northeast Ohio shooter team losing by 2 points. Years later, LeBron would recall that shot as the most heartbreaking moment of his life. They hadn't won the championship, but the team had made a name for themselves locally. To keep playing together, they decided to attend the same high school, Butcher High, just when things seemed to be going smoothly, a setback hit. Little Drew was looked down on at Butcher for being the shortest kid in tryouts. After one camp, he cried to his father, "They didn't give me a chance." Determined to rebuild his son's confidence, Drew's father trained with him every day, working on threes, attending every camp and tournament. Then, during one competition, Coach Keith Dambert noticed Drew's grit on the court. After the game, he said, "Come to St. Mary's. I'll be coaching there this year." Though St. Mary's was predominantly a white school, Drew decided to take the shot. Many thought the LeBron four-man squad would split up, but LeBron made a major decision that would change everything. How much did LeBron James sacrifice for friendship? After missing a game-winning shot in the AAU National Finals, LeBron and his close friends, the famous four-man squad, made a pact. They would all attend the same high school. But nobody expected that one of them, little Drew, would be rejected by the high school they first aimed for. LeBron faced a choice for the first time in his young life. After the national tournament, he and his squad had promised to stick together. But St. Mary's High, where little Drew enrolled, was a predominantly white school. Attending meant facing judgment and scrutiny from his peers. Yet LeBron made a bold, unwavering decision. He would follow his friend. Together, they headed to St. Mary's, and that day marked the official start of LeBron's high school basketball journey. On his very first day, he faced the wrath of Coach Keith Dambert, a former college coach known for his strict approach. No mistake went unpunished. Dambert yelled at the players for even the smallest errors. It was under this rigorous training that the four-man squad first understood what high-level basketball really demanded. The season kicked off, and though Dambert expected them to struggle, the squad shocked everyone. They dominated from the first game, rolling from a 5-game win streak to 15 straight victories. St. Mary's quickly became a powerhouse, and the four-man squad started making headlines. LeBron led St. Mary's to a perfect 27-0 season, reaching the state championship game. But the star of the final wasn't LeBron. It was the smallest member of the squad, little Drew. From a tip-off, the game was intense. Scores remained close, and the crowd buzzed in suspense. Coach Dambert sent little Drew onto the court to break the deadlock. But as he stepped in, the audience gasped. He was barely 5 feet tall. Some thought a ball boy had taken the floor. But Drew showed no fear. He knew only victory could silence the doubters. His first shot? A three-pointer, effortlessly sinking through the net. Next possession? Another three from the top of the key, giving St. Mary's the lead. In the second quarter, the opponents fought back, crashing the paint and building a 4-point lead. Drew answered with another three-pointer, then another off the baseline, stunning everyone. By halftime, the opposing team realized they had to guard him tightly, but even with defenders leaping at him, Drew's shots continued to fall. By the end of the game, he had scored 21 points on 7 of 7 shooting from 3. LeBron couldn't contain his excitement. He scooped Drew up in a hug as the final buzzer sounded. St. Mary's claimed the state championship with an 18-point margin. The following year, a new teammate, Romeo, joined the squad, making the team even stronger. St. Mary's crushed opponents by nearly 40 points every game. LeBron's growth was meteoric. As a sophomore, he averaged 25.2 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game, leading the team to another state championship with a 26-1 record. By his junior year, LeBron had fully evolved. Reporters gave him a new nickname, Chosen One. No teenager had ever shaken the basketball world the way he did. At 16, he blew past some of the top high school programs in the country. At 17, he was already on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Even Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant couldn't stop praising him. And that prodigy, the kid everyone called the Chosen One, was LeBron James. After his sophomore season, LeBron led St. St. Mary to back-to-back state championship games. As the team's popularity exploded, his name spread far beyond Akron. By his junior year, he was nearly 2 meters tall, jumping out of the gym and overpowering anyone who dared to guard him. With that kind of physical gift, St. Mary tore through the schedule. Night after night, they crushed opponents by almost 40 points. Even when they faced national powerhouses, LeBron turned every game into his personal showcase. Soon the media started pouring in. Reporters packed every gym they visited. After each game, LeBron found himself facing cameras and microphones, something the high school scene hadn't witnessed since the days of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That junior season, he averaged 29 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 5.7 assists. Then Sports Illustrated put him on the cover with one headline in bold letters: The Chosen One. From that moment, his rise felt unstoppable. The crowds kept swelling. The demand was so overwhelming that organizers finally moved their games to the home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Gund Arena. In December of 2002, LeBron played there for the first time. Fans treated it like a once-in-a-century event. Tickets soared to $300 each, yet nearly 20,000 seats were filled to the last row. But LeBron wasn't the only one getting attention. His teammates suddenly found themselves surrounded by fans too, and with the fame came distractions. The players stopped locking in on practice. After games, they held parties at the hotel. Arrogance and complacency slowly crept into the locker room. Coach Drew Joyce Sr. saw it all. To pull the team back on track, he cranked up the intensity in practice. But the players brushed him off, telling him, "Relax, coach. We'll still win the next one by 30. Frustrated, Coach Drew could only hope the looming national championship would wake them up. Before tip-off, he warned them once again, "Give everything you've got. They're not going to roll over for us." But the message didn't land. The game started, and instead of the usual blowout, the opponent punched right back. By the second quarter, St. Mary was actually down by 1. For the first time all season, LeBron felt the pressure, trying to flip the momentum. He attacked from the low post, but the defense was ready. When a player went down, the referee hit LeBron with an offensive foul, his 4th. That shook him. Meanwhile, the opponents kept playing calm and confident. 7 minutes left in the 4th, St. Mary was still trailing. Then center Romeo fouled out, picking up his 5th. LeBron pushed with everything he had and cut the deficit to 1. It looked like they were finally about to take the lead, until little Drew turned the ball over, gifting the opponents a fast break layup. The lead was back to 3, 17 seconds left. One last chance. LeBron handled the ball at the top, saw Mraz open on the wing, and fired the pass. Mraz launched the 3 and missed. They tried to foul to stop the clock, but the next second, little Drew suddenly threw the ball into the stands. The referee immediately gave a technical foul. LeBron snapped. He grabbed Drew and shouted, "Why would you do that? The game isn't over." But it was too late. The opponents sank both free throws. The game slipped away. St. Mary suffered their first loss of the season. And for the first time in a long time, LeBron tasted what defeat felt like. That night, he made himself a promise. Next season, St. Mary won't lose another game.